All right, everybody should have Graphing Inequalities. It's a half sheet of paper. And we're going to just do some examples, and then I'll let you do some just like we did before. And then you can check yourself to make sure that you understand what in the world's going on. Okay? Remember, it's so much easier if your X is on the left-hand side. So at any time that you see the X on the right-hand side, we're going to stop and flip it around, and so your X is on the left. Okay? So this says X is less than or equal to 1. So here's my 1. Closed circle because of the equal sign to the left. Okay, question number 3. We're going to work down there, and then you guys can work on the other column, and then we can check answers. Question number 3 says X is less than or equal to 4, my bad. Closed circle on the 4, less than. Number 5. Ooh, I gotta watch number 5 because my A is on the other side. So go ahead and grab your crayon, color in your A, so that way you remember that you need to flip that around and flip it. A comes first, skinny end towards the A, -5 comes last. Okay, closed circle on -5. A is less. Okay, taking a look at number 7. Number 7, again, color it in. B is on the wrong side. Flip the B to the right side. Big end facing the B, -2. Don't forget, open circle greater than 2. So it's going to go to the right. So just don't forget that as long as your variable is on the left-hand side, whatever direction your inequality sign is the direction that your graph's going to go in. Taking a look at question number 9. This is an interesting one. You cannot have a negative variable. Just like how when we solved equations, you could not have a negative variable. When you have a negative variable, you need to flip it over. So here we go. I have a positive R. I'm going to flip over my sign. +2. If I flip over my variable, I got to flip over that one. This is the same thing as what we talked about. There is an imaginary little number 1 over there. So if I divide both sides by -1, and we'll get to this tomorrow or on Monday when I get here. So just know that if you have a negative R or negative variable, you got to flip it, and flip your sign. You got to flip all 3 of them. So now that we have that, I have R is greater than or equal to 2, closed circle, going up. Number 11, negative N again. Change it, change it, change it. Greater than +5, closed circle, greater than. Okay. Question number 13. Ooh, it's a fraction, not a biggie. I know that that fraction is going to be N is greater or equal to how many 2's fit into 3? 1, good, with 1 left over. So I'm going to go ahead and put my inequality sign here, shade it in for 1.5, and I'm going greater. Okay, so this is what I need you to do. I need you to stop the video, and then I need you to kind of think about what you're doing and practice the other side. So pause it, come back to me in a few minutes after you have that done to check on yourself. Alright, you should have had a few moments to go ahead and go over that. So let's go ahead and graph these. M is greater than -2. So here's my -2. Open circle. M is greater than. Okay. The next one, the M's on the right side. Yay. -6. Open circle. M is greater than. Question number 6. Flip it. X is less than or equal to 4. Change it around, flip it around. color in your 4, less than. Going over to G, flip it. X is less than 1, open circle, going smaller than. Everybody okay? Number 10. This is where it gets a little complicated because my N is on the other side. So I'm going to do a couple steps first. So if you mess this one up, I don't blame you. This is kind of like one of those Mac Daddy with everything on it. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it first. So I have N, negative N, big N, 4. Okay, is everybody with me? All I did was rewrite it. Now you know you cannot have a negative N. So if you have a negative N, you need to flip everything around. N, flip it, negative 4. So that's going to give you negative 4, closed circle, smaller than. Okay? Let's look at the next one. X is on the other side. So let's go ahead and rewrite it first. Everybody with me? Get rid of your negative X, change this to a positive, flip it, flip it. Negative 1, open circle, go into the left. Last one, everybody. Ooh, and it's an easy one. Variables on the correct side, awesome. 2, open circle, go into the left. All right, you guys go ahead and glue and paste or glue that into your notebook. Okay, and then I'll be back to give you other directions in video 5.